Welcome to part 3 of our pink bird brooch tutorial. In the previous video, we prepared the complete applique and I hope you enjoyed the details I shared. Now we are going to do the backing and edging to make a fully finished sparkling bird brooch. For this step, we'll need some cardboard as a stabilizer, a piece of leather, a brooch pin, and size 3 sequins for simple edging. Let's do it. We'll start by tracing around the outside of the applique onto the cardboard. Next, we will draw a slightly smaller shape, about 2 mm smaller. Now we should cut it out. It's okay. And now we should glue it to the back of the applique. I used this T8000 glue. It works best. Once the glue has dried and the cardboard is firmly in place, it's time to attach the brooch pin and finish the backing. For this step, trace around the applique onto the leather. Keep your pen vertical. As we are working with the cardboard and don't want to cut the leather less than necessary. Carefully cut around the leather. Now it's time to place the brooch pin onto the leather. Mark the first and the last point. And cut a small slit. First, insert the back of the brooch pin into the slit and then line up the front point with the slit so it fits properly. It's small. Be careful that this little pin comes out from the leather. Now glue the brooch pin to the back of the leather to make sure it sticks securely. And then attach the backing to the cardboard. Now the brooch is ready for edging. For neat edging on the brooch, it's important to trim off any overlapping. Now I thread my needle and tie a small knot at the end. I'm using a double thread, but beginners can use a single thread. Always start the edging from one corner. For this brooch, it's best to begin beside the beak or at the end of the feather, tail, or body. I bring my needle up from the back to the front of the felt to secure the knot between the backing and the felt. Next, I add one sequin, and this time I go both through the backing and the felt. As you can see, the sequin is not in place. I bring my needle up from the bottom to the front of the sequin, and this time the sequin sits in place. Again, I add another sequin, leave a small distance about 1 sequin diameter, and repeat the same process. Go through the backing and the felt, and go from the bottom and to the front of the sequin. See, the sequin sits in place. Add another sequin, leave a small distance about 1 sequin diameter, and go through the backing and the felt. This sequin is not in place. I bring my needle up from the bottom to the front of the sequin. Add another sequin, leave a small distance about 1 millimeter, 1 sequin diameter, and go through the backing and the felt. This sequin is not in place. I bring my needle up from the bottom to the front of the sequin. And repeat the same process all the way around. In edging, when you catch the French wire, it's better to stitch both the French wire and the leather. Add one sequin, go through the leather and the felt, but behind the French wire. go up through the sequin, and the sequin sits in place. It's important to pull the thread. Now my thread is getting short, so I need to change it. Before cutting the thread, I have to secure it. For this, I bring my needle through the next sequin and see where it comes out. I prefer the needle to come out through the edging. You may need your piler for doing this. It doesn't come out through the sequin, but it's really close to the sequin, so I pull the needle. It's a good place. Again, I go through the next sequin and repeat the same process 2 or 3 times. This time it doesn't come out through the sequin. It's in the middle of the pattern, but it's okay. Okay, now the thread is too short, and I cut off the excess thread. And now I changed the thread, and for the first stitch I go through the felt to secure the knot between the leather and the felt. Now I go through the last sequin I stitched, and then I add one sequin and repeat the edging all the way around. And the last sequin. Again, I have to secure the thread. I go through the next sequin. I bring my needle to the next sequin and see where it comes out. I'm so glad if you know the other ways to secure the thread. Please inform me and share it in comments. And see where the sequin and the needle comes out. It's next to the sequin. It's okay. I pull the needle. And I go through the sequin and see where it comes out. Comes up from here. I pull the needle. The brooch is ready.